Hello, everyone. My name is Mamta Shah. I'm a learning scientist at Elsevier, a global health and analytics company where I design and study the impact of digital learning solutions for nursing and health education. In this presentation, I provide an overview of an ongoing research that involves studying the efficacy of Elsevier's simulation learning system with virtual reality, or SLS with VR. For this paper, I collaborated with Dr. Amanda Siebert-Evenstone and Dr. Brendan Egan from University of Wisconsin-Madison and Roxanne Holthaus from Elsevier to examine audio discourse data recorded from nursing faculty and students using SLS with VR scenarios in fundamentals of nursing. We applied epistemic network analysis, a quantitative ethnography technique, to trace key cognitive and social skills one nursing educator facilitated through her expert intervention and use of SLS with VR at distinct points in the simulation experiences over 2 weeks in October and November 2020. We hope our study resonates with educators who are seeking quality training experiences to prepare pre-licensure students, nursing students, for the complexities of healthcare. There are 3 parts to our paper which set the context for our investigation. Let me walk you through each of them. In a landmark study held by the National Council of State Boards of Nursing in 2014, researchers concluded that up to 50% of clinical hours can be replaced by high-quality simulation experiences in traditional pre-licensure nursing programs. The 2020 Horizon report by EDUCAUSE has projected virtual reality is likely to have a heavy impact on teaching and learning practices in higher education. VR simulations are not new in nursing education. However, recent technological advancements have made it possible for VR environments to afford disciplinary experiences and interprofessional skill acquisition with unparalleled immersion and interactivity. These affordances have spurred new initiatives to understand and support faculty readiness and student perceptions, adoption processes and barriers, and outcomes that matter when considering the use of VR simulations in nursing education. At Elsevier, we recognize these trends and developed SLS with VR as a comprehensive system to help nursing educators enhance clinical education for their students.
Introducing Elsevier Simulation Learning System with Virtual Reality, the innovative simulation solution created in collaboration with our development partner, Simex, that leverages cutting-edge virtual reality technology to engage your nursing students in experiential, simulated clinical encounters. It's a totally interactive and exciting new simulation option that's flexible, realistic, and captivating. From the moment they slip on the headset, your students are transported to a virtual world where they are fully immersed in a dynamic clinical environment and surrounded by all the tools and resources available in a typical healthcare setting for providing safe and effective care. With this exciting new technology, you can harness the power of virtual reality to quickly and easily supplement and enhance your simulation program for improved student outcomes.
SLS with VR is created with a goal for faculty to facilitate immersive clinical experiences alongside current practices in nursing simulation labs. The system is designed such that only one moderator is required to facilitate VR simulations. Faculty have a choice of 100 scenarios across multiple content areas in nursing. From the faculty side, SLS with VR scenarios are selected, viewed, and moderated from an interactive computer-based interface. Meanwhile, students participate in the VR scenarios using Oculus Quest headset equipment and handheld controllers. Moderating faculty have a full view of what students are experiencing in the VR space. They also have access to orders and actions that help them facilitate a scenario, including opportunities to introduce and manipulate multiple virtual characters and distractions that students must engage with. Faculty and students have access to onboarding materials, VR student and instructor guides and safety tips, and instructions to set up the play space. Preparatory and follow-up activities for students, including readings, pre-post sim quizzes and exercises, which are also tailored to the scenarios being offered, are included within SLS with VR. In addition, faculty have access to materials for each scenario, including case descriptions, pre-briefing and debriefing guides, and in-depth scenario information and charting within the SLS with VR ecosystem. Lastly, a sandbox scenario is available for faculty to help orient their students to the VR environment and controls before they participate in scenarios directly or as observers. The role nurses are playing worldwide during the COVID-19 pandemic perhaps is the most relevant testament to how integral they are in the healthcare ecosystem. New nurses are expected to be competent in myriad intersecting behaviors. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment of registered nurses is projected to grow 7% over the decade. This growth is faster than the average for all occupations. Naturally, nursing educators are motivated to adopt viable, effective, and meaningful pedagogical approaches to enhance nursing curricula. This need is especially enhanced considering the challenges of providing students with quality clinical experiences. Growing research in the area is indicating that virtual reality simulations can help students master specific skills and apply relevant knowledge so that they are better prepared for patient care. For instance, Ramakrishnan and colleagues demonstrated the application of 3 virtual reality simulations designed to support students' situational awareness, clinical judgment, clinical decision making, and understanding of patients' perspectives. In another paper, Bayram and Kaliskan reviewed research on VR simulations and their effectiveness in helping students engage in safe practices while providing quality care for patients. Broadly, positive support was found for VR simulations and their effect on helping students identify patients correctly, improving effective communication, improving the safety of high alert medication, and ensuring correct site, correct procedure, correct patient surgery, reducing the risk of healthcare associated infections, and reducing the risk of patient harm resulting from falls. Although these results are promising, additional research is needed to demonstrate the effectiveness of VR simulations in nursing education. The field of learning analytics is gaining prominence in studying data emerging from digital learning environments. It involves the measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of data about learners and their contexts for purposes of understanding and optimizing learning and the environments in which it occurs. The 2021 Horizon report by EDUCAUSE includes learning analytics as a key practice for harnessing data science techniques to make evidence-informed decisions about teaching and learning processes and outcomes in higher education. Our goal through the current work was to examine how cognitive and social skills are developed in simulation experiences. We believe that adopting a quantitative ethnographic approach can advance research and practice on VR simulations in nursing education. Quantitative ethnography, or QE, is a research methodology that unifies qualitative and quantitative approaches and is often used to examine large data, such as conversations, transcripts, videos, from digital environments such as simulations, intelligent tutoring systems, and social media platforms, in order to discover meaningful patterns in human behavior and interaction. QE techniques can be applied to gain insights about what learners are doing and how they are thinking as they immerse in a culture. Example, nursing students performing clinical judgment tasks in a simulated pediatric scenario. How groups of learners differ, such as first years from second year students. Why and when do they differ, such as from pre-briefing to simulation to debriefing in a given scenario or an environment. A key contribution of QE or quantitative ethnography is that we can make statistical warrants for qualitative claims or stories. QE techniques such as epistemic network analysis have been used to quantify and visualize data derived from qualitative discourses in order to identify, model, and measure co-occurrences of codes within a domain. Recently, ENA has been employed to assess communication patterns and teamwork dynamics in a high-performing primary care team. Scholars have also analyzed multimodal data to visualize team movement in nursing simulations. As such, in this paper, we examine the following research question. How does a nursing educator use a VR simulation system to facilitate clinical judgment and quality and safety education for undergraduate nursing students? Our analysis of conversations between a fundamentals of nursing educator and her students during the pre-briefing, simulation, and debriefing stages of using SLS with VR revealed insights into the different ways the instructor taught students and communicated important information depending on how they positioned themselves in the simulation. While the educator referenced both the QSEN and CGM codes across both roles, that is, herself, and while she was manipulating characters with SLS with VR, there were differences in how the instructor connected these ideas, particularly within and across these two sets of codes. Along the x-axis, the Man-Whitney U-test showed that patterns of connections made by the instructor as herself was statistically significantly different from the patterns of connection she made while utilizing SLS with VR. When the educator facilitated discussions as herself, she primarily made connections between patient-centered care and teamwork and collaboration, in addition to between analyzing cues and generating solutions. When the educator facilitated the scenario using SLS with VR, she primarily made connections from recognizing cues to teamwork and collaboration and patient-centered care. In general, there were more strong connections while using SLS with VR, including amongst teamwork and collaboration, patient-centered care, recognizing cues, and generating solutions. I encourage you to check out our paper to explore how the networks were generated and the grounded analysis that helped us obtain a qualitative interpretation of how the teacher used SLS with VR to engage her students in the fundamentals of nursing scenario. This study showed how one participating nursing educator made connections with her students in different ways when preparing her students, using SLS with VR, and reflecting on that experience. You will also see that we show that nursing education VR simulations need to be flexible systems that allow instructors to address issues and misconceptions, such as the nuance of patient rights in the broader frame of patient-centered care. SLS with VR demonstrated this flexibility. Moreover, the methods used to assess learning in these systems must be able to systematically and meaningfully model differences in how one instructor and learners use the complex and flexible systems. ENA demonstrated this capability. Future studies will benefit from analyzing more sessions with same and different instructors. We will also be including multimodal data sources obtained from interactions within the VR scenarios. Lastly, future work will analyze other aspects of SLS with VR, such as differences between students in phases of instructions, or differences in pre-briefing and debriefing experiences across multiple content areas, and so forth. Thank you very much for your time.